The world is observing World Environment Day today. Millions are posting on social media about saving the planet this year. And this year's theme is Time for Nature and focuses on biodiversity. Ironically, right now, one of the biggest coral reef ecosystems on the planet is not doing so well. Australia's Great Barrier Reef has suffered its third coral bleaching event in the last 5 years. The world is busy tweeting about nature reclaiming its space during the pandemic. WhatsApp is being flooded with images of cleaner air, oceans and rainbows, which are clearly visible. Mother Nature has received some respite during COVID-19-induced lockdowns, but the devastation caused by global warming is far from over. Australia's Great Barrier Reef has suffered its third bleaching event in the last 5 years. During March this year, and scientists worry that the gap between these bleaching events is not long enough for a full recovery.
So we're very concerned as scientists about the shrinking gap between one bleaching event and the next. They are no longer rare events. They're happening more and more frequently. We've had 5 now on the Great Barrier Reef since 1998, 3 of them in just the last 5 years, in 2016, 17 and 2020. The gap between those events is nowhere near long enough for a full recovery. So we're seeing declines in the amounts of corals, and we're also seeing shifts in the mix of coral species, because when bleaching happens, it's actually very selective.
Scientists add that February 2020 was the hottest month on record, and warmer temperatures can result in coral bleaching, as when the water is too warm, corals expel the algae living in their tissues, causing the coral to turn white. And as we can see from these visuals, the recent bleaching incident has been the most extensive one so far.
We're now quite certain that the Great Barrier Reef is not going to recover back to what it looked like even 5 years ago, never mind 30 years ago. It's shifting surprisingly rapidly. We're not quite sure what it's shifting to, but we could be quite confident that the mix of species will be different. It's already different now from just 5 years ago, and that there'll be less coral than there used to be.
While COVID-19-induced lockdowns have dramatically reduced pollution levels globally, it seems that the Great Barrier Reef is now reacting to the cumulative effect of decades of global warming.
We're at a fork in the road. If business as usual will eventually destroy the Great Barrier Reef as we know it. We will have some sort of tropical ecosystem, but it won't look like a coral reef. There might be more seaweed, more sponges, a lot less coral. It would be a very different ecosystem.
The Great Barrier Reef covers 348,000 square kilometres and was listed as a World Heritage Site in 1981.